Hello, everyone. Two girls, one ticket. Lauren and Brogan, our half marathon finisher. Yay. Let's give it up for Brogan,
For me.
everybody. Yes, all around. How was it? How are we feeling?
We are drinking Modelo's in the middle of the day. We are feeling fantastic.
As you should. Okay, so tell us about the race. Are you sore? Are you recovering? Did you just crush it?
I totally winged it. I did some runs around the lake, but I wasn't anticipating what the race actually entailed, which included a lot of hills. Like the first 4 miles was straight up a hill, then the last 3 miles were very hilly through Enfields.
That Enfield Hill has gotten
Holy
quite some
shit.
traction on.
People started crying when they saw the end. It was mile 12. I was like, you're kidding. This is actually pure evil. So,
Well, it's such an extended climb. It's not just a straight, it's
no.
that'll
And I
get
feel
you.
like a lot of people were like lining in the wrong areas. I was like, dude, I need you right where that hill is. Like, I don't need you like before the hill. Get up there and be like, come on, you got this,
That
and they've
is
got the little like power out or power up signs that you hit. And it was super cute. I loved all the energy. But my dad at the end, he goes, wow, you didn't train for the hills. I was like, no, I didn't.
yeah,
So,
Town Lake is flat.
yeah.
Next year you can run the course and train that way.
Yeah.
What do you think was the hardest mile of the race?
Mile 12. Easily, mile 12. Again, just because I didn't train for the hills and that was like the steepest one. And that was the furthest I've ever run. Training, I only got to like mile 10 and I was like, the last 3 will be easy. But when you're actually running.
Yeah, adrenaline and everything, but yeah, it catches up.
I'm not even a runner. So I was like, oh shit, now I'm a runner. But I had my Vipes on. I was absolutely slaying. I was passing people, I was cruising.
Dodging, weaving in and out in that white outfit and your Barbie glasses, which you're sporting currently. Can you tell us the story about these?
Gosh, just
They're
a goddamn
fantastic. I have
athlete over
never,
here.
ever seen them before like that.
You know what? Neither had I. So again, not a runner, but I did go into TikTok and I typed in marathon running outfits. And a lot of the girls were wearing these like cool glasses and everything. So I went onto Amazon and I was just like, oh, running glasses. And these were literally the first thing that popped up. $20, highly recommend.
Well, I've got to say,
Polarized,
they are a
lens.
statement. Marathon Barbie Brogan.
I actually looked like I knew what I was doing. I actually bought like a runner belt too. So I was just, again, weaving, bumping, cruising with my belt. I got my gels. Never taken a gel before in my life, but I was out there opening them, just putting it. I was
Playing
like,
the part.
You would have thought I was a runner my whole life.
I love it. So are you doing another one?
So right after the race, I was like, holy hell, that was a lot. I don't think I can ever do that again. Day 2, super sore. Day 3, I was like, absolutely not. However, now I'm cruising into like day 4 and 5 and I'm just watching all the, videos on my algorithm, obviously. And it's really encouraging me and motivating me to run a full marathon now. So
Love it.
I don't know.
You're going to be counting miles for us in no time.
Well, yeah.
You're still on that runner's high, but it would actually be really fun to do like a destination one. There's like a cool one in Napa.
Literally, again, because now it's on my algorithm all over, but I saw there was one in Disney, Orlando.
Yes.
And they're running through like the park and it looks insane. And I was already
super popular
Googling, signing it up. And I never even knew what it was before. Clearly, I'm in this runner's culture, which is a little weird, to be honest with you. Some of these people
I was going to ask, my next question is, are you getting a tattoo on your calf? Like,
no.
to make it known?
It's a little culty, I'm not going to lie. Even going to pick up my little bib in my pocket before, all these people were just like TikToking. I was like, please get me out of your video. I do not want to be in the background. And they're a little goofy, but it's cute. Again, I like the energy. I think there's a lot of positivity around it. You're obviously working out, so you're doing good. You're not doing drugs in the back of a van. So that's always encouraged. But overall, good experience. I definitely think I'll do it again. We'll see if I actually do the full marathon, but TBD.
Love it. And obviously your post-race celebration was complete with a glass of Pinot Noir. And for anyone that doesn't know Brogan or hasn't drank with her before, Pinot Noir comes at all times of the day.
All times.
Must be chilled.
Yep.
And I couldn't have picked a better spot for you other than Perla's on the patio with a glass of Pinot in your hand.
You know who was sitting right behind me as well?
Who?
Jacob Elordi.
There you go.
So it really made my day even more special. I was gonna bring him a glass, but he didn't look like he was drinking Pinot Noir in the middle of the day. Sorry.
Not his drink of choice.
Maybe next
Well,
time.
I have to say one of the better videos I've ever seen really got me because we know that we have to get checked all the time on AI. Well, for anyone that doesn't follow us, I really implore you to do so because we post some amazing content. But in this case, Brogan, I was like, "Oh, send me some content." She sends me a video to post, and she's in her pink Barbie glasses. She's got her glass of Pinot. She's on the Perla's patio, and she takes her medal and she takes a bite of it, and the bite actually comes out as if it's like a cookie of the medal. Well, now I learned that that whole AI video was from a still photo.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
technology these days. Yeah, you don't be surprised at how many people actually messaged me back and were asking if it was AI, and I was like, "I literally took a bite out of pure metal." I mean, I don't know. I got strong teeth, but not that strong.
I sent it to my dad and a good friend of ours, Natalie, and she was like, "Well, I thought it was a cookie at first. Like she just took a bite of a cookie." It's so funny how people just see different things. But yeah, AI gets you every single time.
Was it good?
A
I'll shout out
really,
Alexa
really
for
good
that
one.
one. So
Yes.
she found
Credit
or
where
she did
credit's
it.
due.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah. So,
And happy Chinese Lunar New Year to everyone. Officially Year of the Horse.
year of the goddamn horse. I
Supposed to
don't know
be
what that
some
means.
strong, strong things coming. There were so many things you weren't supposed to do that I was not aware of. Did you hear any of this or did it come up on your feed? Not supposed to wash your hair, not supposed to take out the trash, don't cut anything, wear red, don't wear white or black since it's colors of mourning, which was super hard for me, which I did wear white, but um
I didn't hear about any of that. I did see Ivanka Trump. She was actually got roasted for wearing white and posting a picture or something along those lines. But thank God I was very lazy yesterday, so I didn't do any of those activities.
I tried not to wash my hair. I did that today. So I skipped that because I didn't want to rinse my fortune away if that's what they said was going to happen.
Goodness,
Yeah, but
absolutely.
then I found myself bringing in my fresh flowers, and then it said, "Don't cut anything," and I'm cutting the stems, so it's really hard to follow, and I didn't know about not taking out the trash, and I'd already taken out the trash. It's alright. It's gonna be the year of the horse. We're still gonna
Well, it sounds like you had a way more productive day than I did. Flowers, trash, cleaning. None of that got done here in my household.
Yeah, well, and today marks the start of our Lenten season. Got my ashes today.
I am on my way in 2.5 3 hours? 3 hours. So,
I
what are
love
you
it.
giving up for Lent?
So I've heard that you can add and do something, positive or healthy or whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to take something away. In the past, I've tried sugar, I've tried sodas, I've done all of that. This one, I started it yesterday. So I'm going to have to
The
see what I
edge of my
choose
seat.
today. I know. I go for my walks. There are so many hills like down to the lake, Westlake Drive, kind of all around here. And so now, anytime I come across a hill, I have to run up the hill, like sprint up the hill instead of walk it.
You should have ran the marathon with
I
me.
know. I'll be ready. That was just something that came to my mind yesterday because I'm like, the amount of times and miles I log on these streets, I should be running these hills to make it a little more difficult. Yeah. We'll have to check in next week. What about you?
I was wondering if you could just take away for like 5 days of the week and then bring it back for like 2. I was going to say alcohol, but then at the start of
As
this,
she was cracking up,
I
open a can of
I needed a
Modelo.
Modelo. It's, 77 degrees. It's a fabulous day. I burned 1,400 calories on Sunday, so
So
I'm
maybe
just
that's what
patting
you can
myself a
say.
week.
If the weather is above 77 degrees, you can drink.
I love that. Although I'm going skiing in March in Switzerland and it's supposed to be cold and I don't want to stick to that, so I'm going to take that back. I'm going to ponder on what I'm going to give up for Lent, basically decide what I've not done today and go from there. So,
What about all these avalanches? Speaking of skiing in Switzerland, there was the big one in Zermatt that absolutely like derailed a train, like came hauling down and hit a train. Then the big one in Tahoe, where there's still so many people missing, terrible. And that's the same exact back terrain where the snowmobiler from Bend died. So I know, just so crazy. But anyways, the avalanches really scare me. But I guess just with so much snow and obviously people blame the guides for not being aware and being able to avoid it. But
I mean, all I gotta say is thank God I'm not a good skier.
that's right. You'll be with your Pinot Noir by the fire.
More of an
Marked
entree, yeah.
marked safe. Yes.
There we go. Mark safe. Mark
Literally.
safe on Facebook. I
Yeah.
just did one for those.
Well, I did not run a half marathon like Brogan, but on Friday, I had a friend, Sarah, who's a very big fan of Two Girls, One Ticket, and she invited me to a workout at the Nutrabolt headquarters, which is here in Austin. And I had heard awesome things about it, seen people that had gone to work out there, were training there, but I had never been there myself. The founders actually live in my neighborhood, just really, really all around super cool. Are you familiar with Nutrabolt at all?
Nope.
They actually came here from California, but they have C4 Energies under their umbrella.
Okay, I've seen that.
Yes, and it's really an incredible story. But the facilities were like world class. It was like a little mini Nike, which is next level. But just off BK was this stunningly like architectural significant modern glass building. Then full court basketball, training area, weight room, world-class recovery and wellness center. Unbelievable. There was a group of guys that were training for the NFL Combine. They were all training. There were some basketball players training. And then on top of that, that's where their offices are. So it's kind of a fun experience.
Membership? Is it come everyone?
No, it's very
it
private.
invitation?
It's like hard to,
Okay.
It's pretty much invitation or obviously athletes,
Okay.
but some of the trainers, are former Navy SEALs and just like really high-end fitness focused. Then they have a football field, like just really, really amazing. And then on top of that, that's where their offices are, like coffee bar, like stocked with coffee and a barista, just super well done. But really cool story and one of the most successful sport drink success stories ever. It was just so cool. So it started as a hardcore bodybuilding supplement brand run out of a garage, which I'm like, of course, like, do you need to be selling shoes out of the back of a car or selling something out of a garage? Like,
to be successful.
for Apple, yeah, exactly. For it to like turn into a billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
But in the early 2000s, supplements were like super ugly, sketchy formulas. Remember GNC? I don't even know those are around. Like the stores where you go to buy like supplements and stuff. Yeah. But it was like always like you'd be like who goes there? Like bodybuilders only, like super weird.
Well, you'd think they're like selling steroids and stuff like that.
Exactly, because you're like, what's in this package?
Yeah.
So the founder is Doss Cunningham, and he knew that fitness was going to go mainstream, but it wasn't just going to be bodybuilders in the space. So he launched the C4 pre-workout powder and made it like very distinguishable, bright yellow packaging, beginner friendly, huge presence in college gyms, which obviously made it like more familiar, less scary. And then in like 2010-ish, it was one of the best-selling pre-workout formula in the US. And Red Bull has its niche as kind of like lifestyle. Monster was in extreme sports, and you started seeing them popping up as the brands and sponsors. And then Rockstar was obviously like party driven. So there was a missing niche for energy in fitness. So they essentially turned their supplements into a canned drink that started hitting like gyms, convenience stores, grocery stores all at one time. Obviously, thanks to TikTok and influencers, different trends, people started promoting it. It became the number one selling performance energy drink in the U.S. and one of the fastest growing beverage companies in the country. Kind of cool.
That's a hell of a story. How does it differ from like Monster and all that then? Or what?
I mean, essentially not. I think they just put a twist on it rather than marketing it as something, again, for like party or like Red Bull gives you wings or like whatever. It was more like this is for fitness. Some of the athletes that have promoted it highly are like Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Micah Parsons, just big promoters of the brand. And they kind of tried to do it organically and again through influencers and TikTok. We'll have to get Sarah to get row. Oh my gosh, she gave me this massive like crate of, and I've never had an energy drink. Like I've never had Red Bull. I've never had Red Bull in a drink. I have never had an energy drink in my life. And she literally handed me this and she's like, here. And then like this bag of all these supplements. She's like, I'll tell you exactly what I do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't even know where to start, but thank you.
Did you drink it?
No, I
you seem energized right now.
Coffee and going to mass maybe, but
it really fired you up.
Really got me going. That's a first going from there to here, but we'll definitely have to dive more into her about how to use all these recovery stuff. But
Keep me
You'll have to
updated.
come out sometime. Really cool. Yeah.
I would love to. I'll train for
Uh,
my full marathon there.
exactly. Um, Eileen Gu.
God. Ew.
I kind of want to take back what I said last week about really thinking that I liked her,
Did you
and
listen to me?
I took it into consideration just like I did with Alex Earl, and this one on this
It's a little
one,
bit more.
yes, the more I saw, I still think she's stunning. I think she's beautiful. I think she's very smart. The
Can't
most
take that away from her.
right, the most decorated woman in Olympic free ski history. I mean,
She'll
you
tell
can't
you.
say that oh, she will never let you forget it. 3 medals in 2022, 2 medals this Olympics, 2 silver. There was an interviewer, and did you see it? The
Oh, I
question that
saw it.
he asked was, "Do you see these 2 silvers as 2 silvers gained or 2 golds lost?" Ouchie.
She
And
did
it
not like
wasn't
that
she
question.
did not like it, and it is kind of a funny question, and it's one of those, like, half full, half empty type things, but she's like, "I'm doing things that no one's ever done before. I'm the most decorated female free skier in history. Winning an Olympic gold medal is life-changing for every athlete. 2 medals lost, to be quite frank, is a ridiculous perspective." I'm like, "Oh, tell us how you really feel."
Yeah, I think her dismissiveness and the way she responded to that individual asking her that question, I didn't even look at it as a horrible question. I was just like, oh, he just kind of wanted to see how she would respond, her perspective on everything. And she was so like short and, I'm up here regardless if I won a silver, and who are you to ask me that type of
Right, and
question?
he
It was
wasn't discounting her. He was obviously acknowledging he's very well aware that she's the most decorated woman in Olympic free ski history. Like, she didn't even have to reiterate that. Like, he wasn't hating on her. He was just asking a question, and the way that she got so defensive about it and, like, almost, like, a little bit
girl.
pompous or, like,
Mm,
arrogant response, I don't know about that. And
I didn't appreciate that very much.
just more and more people are coming out kind of saying to what we talked about last time about her representing China when she literally is born and
Grew up in
raised here.
America, goes to
Yeah.
college here in America. She's probably a scholarship here at Stanford, going to college for free, making 23 million a year. I mean, it is ridiculous that she is representing China, the most corrupt country I think ever, but
Well,
whatever.
and aligned on totally different values and freedom styles than the US. So it's just so JD Vance, which no one was necessarily asking his opinion on it. So it's one of those things
Nobody
that, like,
ever
he didn't
asked
need,
his opinion.
literally, like, no one asked for what he thought about it, but even he was like, he would hope that someone raised here that's benefited from the US education system and the freedoms and the liberty that this country has and makes it such a great place. He's like, I would hope that they would compete under the US flag and want to. And again, that is a very valid point. Again, not that it was for him to step. But there's also a lot of other Olympic athletes that are under the US flag that are saying the same thing. And now she's under more heat after being listed on the budget
All
for
that, yeah.
China. Her and another athlete combined 6.6 million. And 14 million over the past 3 years. And then obviously their names were deleted from the budget. And even in China getting backlash from that because the budget's so tight for essential services and other things that are necessary. And then you're paying this American like
You
$6
can't make
million
this
a
shit
year,
up.
whatever, 4 million. Yeah. So anyways, but yeah, she kind of turned on me, but I'll give it to her.
I
She's talented in her sport.
Absolutely. No, definitely don't want to discredit her beauty or her athleticism. That speaks volumes. But I hate the way she carries herself and the way she just is a pompous asshole. She can represent China. Go back to China. That's what I said last
Well, she
week.
not even
So
go back. She was never
it
there.
was,
So there's
well,
not
her
like,
mom or somebody was
yeah,
there. I don't know.
yeah,
But
right. No, I know, but I'm saying like you can't even say it like,
yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Go to China
Um,
then. I'll remove back. No, I think that's fair.
Speaking of being back, Serena Williams.
Oh
We called that.
boy. I know. Heard her little drug test or whatever a few
Exactly.
months ago.
The ATX Open is taking place here in Austin at Westwood Country Club coming up. And my sources locally tell me that the tournament has offered her $2 million as her appearance fee and then upped it to $3.5 million. And she had until 10 a.m. today, Wednesday, to decide.
Do you
And
think
then
she needs me to take her place? I could use a quick 3.5 mil.
Yeah, do they want me to I'm subbing this week for the country club team, so, like, if she needs me here yeah. Yeah.
On your name.
Exactly, exactly. I'll be curious to hear what she decides. Why wouldn't you? And so Venus is already playing, which is kinda cool. I guess Indian Wells wants Serena's first tournament back to be them, so I'm sure that they're making some astronomical, fee to get her to skip this, but it would be super cool to have Austin as her.
How does
Uh,
the Westwood Country Club compare to the Austin Country Club?
Different,
Can't be
doesn't have
biased.
golf, very old school, old Austin. McGuire Mormon, it came in semi-recently and kinda helped up their, food and beverage service, which is nice. Their tennis facility was redone a few years ago, and they did a really, really good job, and a lot of the ex-college players go play at Westwood. It is a higher level, I would say,
Where is it?
for tennis. It's off at 35th Street, at the end of 35th Street on Lake Austin. So kinda opposite, the opposite towards the Hula Hut Dam part of the lake, um, that rather than ACC. But obviously ACC has golf. I feel like it's definitely more exclusive. As far as tennis goes, Westwood is a good spot.
Maybe we should go check it out.
Yeah, get on that list. Get on all the lists. Join them all. We'll have to check that out. That's what I was saying would be fun to go to with Beth. So if Serena's
Oh,
there, we'll have to
yeah.
go.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah,
definitely.
it'd be
That'd be
so
fun.
fun. And then IMG fined $1.7 million for accepting fees linked to Mexican drug cartel.
I mean, that's a good transition because I think both the Williams sisters went there, but that was pretty gnarly. I mean, not surprising though. You're in Florida. I mean, drug cartel money. It's like what, $100,000 to even attend the school. So,
Yeah. To
it's interesting though. Very fascinating that happened.
Very interesting. And yes, it is about $100,000 a year to board and train in your respective sport. I went to IMG when it was Bolletary. Like, I'm talking forever ago. Now it has turned into an incredible, incredible machine. I mean, it's totally different than what it was. And it was great back then, but just totally different. I went there, I guess, 2 years ago in Bradenton, and the facilities are incredible, whether it's golf, baseball, soccer, exactly, just tennis, next level, basketball. The facilities are unmatched, and they had recently kinda changed their curriculum. I think it was somebody from Sweden had come in, or a Swedish company. Somebody had bought it or put money into it, to kinda help move it to the next level academically, but the sports is just unreal. But say all that to say that I guess this money was coming from somebody related to the drug cartel paying tuition between 2018 2022. Obviously didn't mention the name or the sport of the kid, but my thing is, how were they supposed to know that that's where the money was coming from? Like, I don't think rather than just a name and a bank account and making sure that that's okay, like, I don't know if it's necessarily IMG's fault for not knowing that. Like, I don't think that they would just be like, otherwise, why wouldn't they have just asked for it in cash or something? Like, why would they have had it trade? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think that but it is very interesting. And they're like, okay, well, now we're going to have to change our process of how we accept money. And
Do you get accepted to that school? Is it like qualifications through winning different games or sports, or what's kind of
they
the,
definitely look at your talent and where
yeah.
you stand ranking wise. They also very much look at are you a well-rounded person? Because obviously you'd be living there, or a lot of them do. And you have to be semi-smart. But I also think that anyone charging $100,000 a year, and they need to also make up for the kids that are there on scholarship that are just,
Yeah.
Insane, incredible athletes from who knows where in the world or locally and don't have the means to do that. So they're looking for kids to offset that.
Care if they get a little drug money? No, I'm just
Exactly.
kidding.
No. Yeah.
Out of sight,
Yeah.
out of mind.
Yeah, exactly. Just to have pump out some top athletes with, narco money, but yeah. But yes, it's a really incredible spot. Anthony Kim, what a comeback story for him. Did
Yes
you
and no. Yes and no. Yes, I did see it. I did see, obviously, he won. But it was like an exhibition match or something. It wasn't even, I don't
That
know.
was
I feel like,
live. I mean,
I know, but it
it's
was
not
like,
a PGA event. We'll get that. Yeah.
It's not like the Masters or I just think it was just like a exhibition match. I thought it was like a cute little story. What
In the early 2000s, he was like the next young superstar face of golf. He's from LA, Korean American, amazing career in juniors, played at OU, was early on Nike golf athlete, kind of like coming up after Tiger and everything. But first one that's like, okay, we're going to gain some traction with him. Turned pro, had immediate success and some great wins. People just thought he had swag. He had so many celebrity friends. He was tied into LA. He had tattoos. He had, crazy Vegas stories. He liked to party. Just felt like a more of a modern athlete, loved by fans. He was signed by Nike when my dad was actually at Nike. And my dad has always had and still has a really good relationship with him. And so after a lot of his success, he had a lot of injuries. And when he was 26, which is still super young, his insurance payout for being injured was like $10 million or around then. And part of it was he wouldn't get that if he returned to golf. So he like fell off the face of the earth, like literally off the face of the earth, disappeared competition, no interviews, no social media, like went so quiet. So going to backtrack a little bit. So he was actually living at the Four Seasons for a while here in Austin. And so him and his
home?
now, yes. So would see him all around with him there often with Emily, his wife. And obviously now they have a daughter. And then he was often in Dallas in his partying days. And so for the Dallas and Austin people that remember, the Uptown Concrete Cowboy was like the place to be in Dallas once upon a time. And then they opened a location here in Austin that I think is no longer open either. So my dad and I were in Dallas for another event. He's like, hey, we're going to go meet up with AK. I'm like, okay. So I go to Concrete Cowboy with my dad and we pull.
Yeah. That sounds like a hell of a place.
It was. Yeah. And there he was, his Rolls Royce out in front, like massive, group of people around him, but so nice, so friendly, so personable. Anyways, looking back, I'm like, well, I should have known at that time, maybe his partying.
He was addicted to cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. And his ways were going to interfere with his golf. Anyway, so he disappears. And 2024 kind of says he's going to start making a comeback and is offered to play on LIV. And then fast forward 2026, he wins. So to your point, and in that stretch, again, there was major addiction problems. Like said he was using literally at Augusta while he was playing, couldn't even get to rehab standing up on his own, just like super sad, low, said he felt all alone. Obviously, thankfully, he had his wife. And then once he had the daughter, he said, just like filled his whole world, gave him purpose, like never wanted to give up after her. So I think that is a little bit why everyone's so happy about the story and about the win and about the positivity that came from that, from somebody who was struggling so much after being so talented. Like you just never know what someone's, going through. But then to come back and win and live or not live, I mean, it's still a massive tournament. He's playing against, top competition that are right, that are all relevant.
I mean, he did beat DeChambeau and John Ram, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, those are good players, but I'd like to see some consistency. I want a comeback story. I want him to win a major, although I don't think he can. He's never going to leave LIV. I don't think he's going to switch over. I don't think he can. So,
right. And I think that there was kind of giving it a chance. And again, even that was kind of bundled in his story. Like he does have talent. It was a perfect fit for someone to come to LIV. Like he didn't have to probably pay as much as they would have, from somebody else. But I would have loved to see him win a few more, but hopefully it gets him going to start some momentum.
Is that why his nose is all messed up because of his cocaine addiction?
I don't know. I actually don't know that.
It's looking at recent pics. I was like, huh.
Yeah, I don't really know. And Tiger Woods was discussing his return to golf and said that the 2026 Masters is not out of the question. I would love to see that. Like, that's a comeback. Like, that, too, is a comeback.
That, I mean, 100%. What's he's had, like 7 back surgeries
so
now?
Many back surgeries. Yeah. Getting older.
Oh, gosh. But
Can't
yeah,
catch a break.
I saw obviously he's in the headlines most recently. They're playing at Ribby this coming weekend, which is exciting. I'm sad I'm not
Mhm.
there. I usually go. I think he's hosting it, so he's in the news obviously a lot more. But again, I would love to see him play in April.
Yeah, it
That
would
would
be
be exciting.
awesome. And win. I don't know if he's capable of beating a Scotty Scheffler, but just to see him compete with him would be, again, would be super cool. But he also had the best things to say about Anthony Kim, and they've always been super respectful of each other, and he's always respected Anthony as a player. And his sentiment too is like, we all struggle in life, but for him to fight through all that, you just have to wrap your heart around it. So again, I think that that is just as much about the win. Than I know you're trying to demean his win a little bit.
Such a hater.
But
I'm like, I hate Eileen. I hate Anthony. I hate everybody. No, I genuinely don't. But I would just love to see him have a few more W's, and then
I
we can
agree.
actually, be excited for him. You don't want to be that like
One is
one.
not enough for you.
Yeah, one is not enough. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
Got it.
fingers crossed. Fingers
Yes,
crossed. I'm rooting
fingers
for you,
crossed.
Anthony.
We sure are. It was just so cute to see how much he leans on his wife and his daughter, and he was just like, for her to come out and meet me on the green was one of the most special moments of my life, and if there's anything I can teach her, it's just to never give up, and you might feel alone, but you're not, and just keep going. He's like, I hope that one day she'll, get that and take that with her for the rest of her life, which is just so sweet.
Just imagine if he wasn't addicted to cocaine.
Never know. Never know. Can't rewrite it now.
No,
And then Charlie Woods committed to Florida State, which I thought was an interesting choice.
the state school kind of guy.
Same. Or the University of Miami route or something like that if his, criteria was stay in Florida. But then after looking more into Florida State, they do have a top program, consistently top 25, sometimes top 10. It's not an OU or a Texas, golf powerhouse, but it's up there. And then the number one golfer from his kind of age group, Miles Russell, also plans to go to Florida State. So I thought that was interesting and will be good for both of them.
Competition.
And he went to IMG, product of IMG. So one of the best junior golfers in the world. So I like that. But also, not just taking anything away from Charlie. Obviously, he's good enough to get on the team and has totally proven himself and I think he's just an adorable kid. But
He
also,
is
who
very
wouldn't want
cute.
him on your golf team and having Tiger involved? And
I mean, no, I think it's going to make the school exponentially better. A lot of NIL money coming that way, I can tell you that. But it'll
totally,
be
he's
fun
going
to
to
watch
have
him.
some I bet he will get some big deals.
I'm
Uh,
sad he didn't go to Miami, though, with his future sister-in-law.
I know. And did you see her little YouTube? She was she was interviewing her mom on Valentine's Day and just kind of they're cooking and like asking questions. And she tried to like slyly put in a question asking about the mom and Tiger's relationship. And her mom's like, nice try. She wouldn't
She's
open
such a
about it.
cutie. Again, I like how they kind of keep quiet. I think that's makes a more stable relationship overall.
I agree. Yeah, I guess the golfers are staying in California this
They're
week from
usually in
Pebble
Santa
Beach to
Monica.
I
Yeah.
know, it's from Pebble Beach for the AT&T Pro-Am, and then now down to LA at Riviera for the Genesis. Scotty Scheffler, I just love him. He obviously didn't win. Colin Morikawa won, which I like him too. But Scotty still made history with three eagles in one round. First for him.
Yeah, I
Started to
mean,
come back and lost, but it's okay.
well, he had a terrible, terrible first round, but you can never count him out. I feel like he'll always be able to come back. And that's exactly what he did here. Didn't get the W, but still got second. I think that's really good.
Totally. Did you know that the Pebble Beach AT&T Pro-Am is considered the PGA's 10th oldest tournament?
No, I literally was reading about this when you mentioned it before, but continue because it was so fascinating.
I thought it was really interesting too. It was initially founded in 1937 by Bing Crosby, and it was started at Rancho Santa Fe, which is near San Diego. And the
San Diego.
premise of it was um, Bing Crosby wanted to have a relaxed tournament where Hollywood stars could play with pros, and that was something that had never been done before in golf. So that was why he started the tournament. Then the tournament was put on pause for a few years. because of World War II, interestingly enough. And then 1947, they
Crazy.
moved to the Monterey Peninsula in general, and they would rotate between Pebble Beach, Spyglass, and Monterey Peninsula Country Club, which is so cool. And then once he died in 1977, they continued the tournament under his name. And then once they had the telecom sponsorship, then it was officially renamed to AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. But really cool.
I think that's an incredible, like, history stat right there. I
I
was
think
talking to my
a lot of
brother,
people
and
know
he was
that.
like,
Yeah,
"What?" Yeah.
I know.
My brother's like a sports genius encyclopedia, and he goes, "I never knew any of that." So I think that's fascinating.
Well, and there's so much always hype around it every single year. By the way, did you see Travis Kelce totally hit that fan? Like, he was playing it and he hit the girl and he went over. He did say sorry, but
Wait,
it's just
no,
funny
what
to
happened?
see. Yeah, he, like, hit this girl and he went over to, say
Like,
sorry, but he
with
yeah,
he
hit
was
her with the
playing
golf.
golf?
No, no, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I was
He
like,
was
did he
playing in the
punch a girl?
Pro-Am. No, 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 no. Taylor would never allow that.
No, no,
Um,
that's wait, that would ruin her whole image. Blake
Literally.
Lively's already killing it, but
Right? Oh gosh, I know. What a mess. Um So we'll see how everyone does in LA this week. On the
it's a
pickleball
fun tournament.
front,
The sport I should have invested in way back when.
should have invested in it. But Callaway, one of the biggest golf brands in the world, is getting into the pickleball paddle business.
Pickleball paddle, say that 10 times fast.
Golf clubs and pickleball paddles.
Like Peter Piper
Those
picked a pack
teas
of
will
pickle.
get yeah. That one always got me.
I couldn't even finish it there, so
No.
anyway, good for Callaway, good for them.
Good for
Getting in
Callaway, good for
where they see business
where
go.
the growth is going,
Yeah.
exactly. But you'd think that even more tennis racket makers would get into the paddle business, and they haven't. So it's interesting to see golf add some pickleball to the portfolio. The PPA Masters broke TV record. Kind of cool. 791,000 viewers on CBS. That in the same time slot topped NBA, college basketball, and soccer in the US. That's cool.
These people tuning in.
All of them. I
Oh,
think you get a lot of the retirees,
it's
you
so
get a lot of
exciting.
the young kids. There's just the whole spectrum.
I can't wait for the day that Adam goes, "Oh, we gotta turn the pickleball on."
Exactly. That's when you know. We're gonna have to get him out on the pickleball court.
I'd love to see that. He actually went to the gym today for the first time in in a few months, so
Gotta start somewhere.
we got it. He said he did
Maybe
some
he's picking it
incline
up
on
for
the
Lent.
treadmill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that could
There
be a
you
good
go.
one.
Tell him it's
You
his
can
thing.
add to. Yep.
Exactly.
That's
Add to. Yeah. Well, Major League Pickleball is adding to with AI line calling technology this year. They're getting with the times, like tennis and everything, baseball and everything else that has these automatic um, calls. So that'll be interesting to see. Um, Pickleball, I
what is
feel
an
like
AI line based system? What does that mean? Do they
so
just
it's like
sensors or what?
yeah, it's like AI that essentially tells if the ball's in or out so that there's no
Okay.
conflict
I
or
fight with
discrepancy.
ChatGPT sometimes because they're wrong about some things, so I feel like this can cause some conflict.
Yeah, there could be glitches. It is interesting that they are wrong sometimes, or you ask a question and it's like 2 years off. That happens all the time. Has that happened to you where and it's like literally 2 years outdated and you're like, "No, I'm asking about current?"
Use it literally for my work all the time, and I'll have it write like little scripts on things, and then I'm just like, "Oh gosh, that is clearly wrong. I don't know where you interpreted that information from." But yeah, so I again, I think it's useful in a lot of context. I wouldn't be able to survive without it. Oh, another stat that I figured out today was, do you know that this generation now is the first recessive generation? If that makes sense? Does
I
that
did not know that. What
I
does
said
that
that totally
entail?
wrong. It means they're the first generation that's dumber than any other generation that's come.
And it's just because they're not having to function because everything else does it for them?
That's what I'm assuming. So I was like, I'm
Recessive
interpret that
or
to
going
dumber.
backwards. That
Yeah.
is so funny. Well,
Synonymous with
now there's all
dumb.
these people trying to start AI-driven education in schools starting from elementary that are just AI-based learning. And obviously
Scary.
these tech guys and people that are putting a lot of money into it, but it is crazy. But if that's the way the world's going, then that's probably where education should go. I'm not obviously totally on board with that at this time, but it is
It's
really
just
interesting.
in some ways it's a cop out, I feel like you're not using any street knowledge or any like people aren't going to understand how to do things on their own. So
Well, even
it's
now,
interesting.
I mean, everything that we did was like handwritten and we learned how to write in cursive. They don't
Cursive,
teach
yeah.
cursive anymore. Like, people don't, how do you sign your name? You write it in block letters? Like, I just think it's the worst things to take away. Like, literally, high schooler, middle schoolers now do not know how to write in cursive. And then all of the reading and math and, equations, they used to grade you by showing your work. Did you have to do that? Like, show your math equations from, like, start to finish?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I've
No,
never like,
I
I don't
got a
know how
whole
you do it
freaking
otherwise.
page. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, now they just use iPads and just put in the answer. So you don't even see the breakdown. It's just the weirdest way of
Really?
learning. I do not think I would learn well. I'm somebody that has to write stuff down. Like, I would
Visualize it. Yeah.
even in college, like, I would bring my laptop, but I would take handwritten notes, and everyone sits there on their laptop typing. Like, to me, I things stick if I handwrite it.
No, I went to USC for business, and business entailed a lot of finance classes and econ and math and calculus and all that. And I've freaking pages of math equations, I can tell you that. And I didn't get to the answer that way. So it was really hard, but I got a lot of extra points for writing out all my work. So I don't know if it was like
Exactly. Bonus.
yeah, I got some bonus points for that. So I don't think I would have been able to pass if it was just give me the answer.
Literally, same. But it's just a totally different way of learning. LSU's jersey patch, one of the first college programs, I think we've talked about this before. We knew that they were going to get their sponsor patch. Obviously, it's been approved. Woodside Energy. Do you even know it?
No
This is exactly
relevance.
what I said, like zero relevance. Like, I used biotech as the example before. This is an Australian-based global energy company.
Australia?
Australian, and one of the largest independent oil and gas producers in Australia. Okay, that's great. But what does it have to do with LSU? I wonder what they're paying. I'm sure it's millions of dollars to have their patch on there, but who knows? Maybe the founder went to LSU.
That is the most interesting collaboration ever.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's
I think it's
special.
just a waste of space.
It is special. Tyreek Hill losing Mike
Tyreek.
McDaniels. Losing Mike McDaniels was enough, but now they are revamping their roster and they cut Reek. Imagine if he goes back to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
It would be interesting if they started winning. He's quick, but they might need somebody like him because last year was not it.
Isn't Travis Kelce retiring, or did he retire?
I think there was talk about it, but I don't think that he's going to do it yet. But
he is
obviously could.
I saw a meme and it was like, yeah, he's going to retire. He's now worth 1.6 billion, and there's only like 100,000 of it.
It says,
yeah.
Just so
I totally
funny.
said that quote wrong.
Yeah, I know it. Olympics. We can do a little Olympic talk. Did you see that dog today that got loose? It was like a wolf dog that got onto the track. Could you imagine? They're
I
just
would have
like
been so
skiing on
scared.
by. Oh my gosh, same, because it looked like a wolf.
It looked like somebody. I mean, it could have encouraged you to win, but
Yeah,
I would have been like,
faster.
"Oh shit, somebody's chasing me!" Yeah, a wolf is chasing me.
That's probably has to be a first. I guess it just escaped and got right on the course and ran. It's like the downhill skiers where that squirrel ran on. Literally, the squirrel was basically under this girl's ski, and she didn't even flinch. She just kept going. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know who's gonna get hurt, the squirrel or the girl." But she was hauling and like literally under her ski and turned, and she kept. I was wild.
The animals.
I guess you gotta watch out for these obstacles. Valentine's Day, we skipped that. I guess we had that birthday and Valentine's. I kind of feel like we got it all at dinner at being at a Chi with all their red Lunar New Year's decorations, fun dinner, and then obviously Valentine's Day. But I know Don Steepo loved that. So that's why you ran so well. It was a proper pregame.
It absolutely was. Chinese food and 5 glasses of Pinot Noir.
There you go. But I'm thinking Valentine's Day because of the cutest little pink Ford Bronco that Myles Garrett gave Chloe Kim. How cute was that?
That was actually the most fabulous thing ever. I think they're on the map, obviously, because Chloe's an epic snowboarder, but they're a super cute couple, and I think that was a freaking
So cute.
badass
And
gift.
again, I love it when they're just supporting each other equally, on both sides. And he was like, I'm so proud of you and blah, blah, blah. Just, yeah, pink
God, he was a
little.
cameraman did I say that last week? He had this camera, like, I was like, "Is
Yeah.
he a cameraman or is
Yeah,
that
he
a
was
football
so
player?"
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a cutie. No, very supporting couple. I hope they get married and live happily ever after.
Yeah. And what about since we're on relationships, Alex Earl's sweatshirt that she
Favorite
was
person.
strutting around saying on to better.
I don't think she needs to wear that. I think it's pretty clear. Tom Brady to Braxton who? I don't know.
Exactly. And that's for sure. I mean, people are like, oh, is it because of Tom Brady? And I'm like, no, it'd be because Braxton to Tom Brady is obviously an upgrade. But
I think a lot of people don't even know who Braxton is, so.
that's probably right. Yeah. And she's still polluting my feed. The other day, one came up that was like, I just wanted to get on and say this in real life. Like, this is what happened, and we're spending time apart. And I realized I wanted to be in California. Actually, Kelly said it best at dinner the other night. Did you hear? She's like, no, I think if she was with us, like just like with our friends hanging out, I think we would find her really boring. I was
Clearly
like,
not as fun as us.
yeah, exactly.
No,
So
well,
funny.
again, it's part of that recessive generation, so I think they're just more boring and not as smart.
Yeah, exactly. And then our girl
See, Yuda. Yuda.
Yuda. Yeah, we got
Yuda.
to
I don't know.
Dutch. We have to, yes, from the
Huda.
Netherlands. Huda. She is in such good shape. She is said
She's
to
a
be making
freaking
about
powerhouse.
$1 million from showing her Nike sports bra. Her uniform, she unzipped, which was obviously Fila, which is who sponsors the Netherlands. You can't put Nike on it or whatever, regardless of what your independent, sponsorships are. So she unzipped it and you could see her Nike sports bra brand. And
Did Fila get mad?
I don't know, but Nike was obviously very happy about it. She has her own sponsorship deal and she gets paid to post and all of that. But she had to wear the Netherlands uniform, or of course, but having something go viral like that was just totally unintended. I mean, she just unzipped it. Almost does more for Nike than a paid campaign that they produce. Win for both of them. She's going to pocket it, and she got a lot of attention. Nike got a lot of attention, and Fila just goes a little bit unnoticed.
Unfortunately. No, I think she should get that. I mean, she freaking broke the world record, 1,000 meters. Freaking incredible still for the gold.
Incredible. Got
I'm
to
still
go home
thinking
with
of her
Jake Paul
fiance.
holding her
Yeah.
gold and her silver
I called him
medal.
Logan last week. I was like, I don't know who them. They're the same to me. They're both
And they kind
worthless.
of look similar, right?
They
Like
do.
they really do.
Yeah, I don't really like either of them, but I like her. Good for her. Go.
I like her. But heartbreak on the ice for our poor guy, Ilya Malinin.
Shit, he shit the bed.
Oh my gosh. Like terrible fall. Missed out on
Yeah,
his gold. Poor guy.
he's
After
pretty
all the
upset.
hype. He's so upset. He said he heard from like Tom Brady and Steph Curry and Simone Biles, and he was
What
like
do you
this
think they
fort and
said?
everything. Probably was like, good try. You're still great. I don't know.
That
But
would
like,
that'd make me more upset.
yeah, exactly. I don't
You got
know.
it in the next 4 years.
Yeah. Or if it was you texting, you'd be like, you got to do it more than once for me to appreciate your talent. You
My
did
God.
one backflip on ice, do it again and don't
I need
fall.
to see it twice. Yeah, at least I need some
Exactly.
consistency out of you, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm a
There's
tough
a
crowd.
tough crowd for sure. Tough crowd was for these curlers too. Who knew there could be so much drama inside the curling world?
This shit. Oh my gosh, these
Can't make it up.
curlers.
The Swedish team accused
Swedish.
Canada of
Uh-oh.
cheating,
Oh
and men's
no.
and women's both kind of got in trouble-ish for cheating, potentially cheating. And then Sweden was accused of secretly filming from this side, I guess, where because the camera is usually in front, so you don't really see if there's a double push. And so
A double
A double
push.
push. In curling, you can touch the
Hell of a
snow.
violation.
Yeah, literally. You can touch it the stone as many times as you want before it gets to like the hog line. And once it passes that, it can't be touched or the stone gets removed. Well, Sweden kept saying that Canada was double touching.
Uh-oh.
And it really kind of looked like it, but there was some name calling and some shouting and yeah,
This has to be
lost
like an
stones.
SNL skit.
Literally, literally. I learned something really interesting. The curling stones for the Olympics all come from the same place, which is a super tiny island, where they get the granite. And there's 2 kinds of granite that they use that are sourced from this island. How cool is that?
That's really fascinating, Lauren. Thank you.
I thought so too. I mean, how do you find curling granite, like the right curling granite to make these
How do
stones?
you even make this a sport in the first place?
That too.
Did you call it a hog line? What
A
was
hog line. Yeah, that's the line. No, do not touch past the hog line.
I don't want to be cussed out by a
Yeah,
Swede or a
no.
Canadian. Jeez.
Pretty intense. They take their curling seriously.
Sorry, it is an Olympic sport. They're doing a lot better than I am, but it's still funny.
Well, and doing a lot better. It's so funny to see what these athletes do as their actual jobs. I was looking through a list in some posts. It was like maple syrup shopkeeper was the
Is this a
literally, I
Canadian?
kid you not. Yes, for an alpine skier. Concrete pourer, window washer, there was a dentist, there was a pharmacist, there was a chemist, there was a fishing guide. I mean, you literally had it all. There was one actually a curler, is like 54-year-old personal injury attorney, one of the, if not the oldest people competing in the Olympics. But just kind of
Just
funny to see, like,
hanging out.
you don't think that they like, I don't know, you just look at them as athletes. Like, I don't think one step further to see what they do in their day job, but they have them.
Well, it's interesting. Did you see how much different countries pay them for winning like a gold, a silver, or a bronze?
I did not.
So I started looking into this because obviously I curious again because Eileen Gu, whatever her freaking name is, she decided to go for China, and I think like the Netherlands they don't pay any money to anybody, and then there was like another one that they pay no money to any or they don't pay any money to anybody, but then they start getting into like different countries, and it's like 35,000, 14, I think 14,000 for like Australia. This is just off the top of my head when I'm remembering what I saw, and then I saw Hong Kong, and it was like in the 6-digit, numbers or 6 figures. And I was like, is Hong Kong considered China? Because I didn't see China on the list. So it was interesting. I need to look more into this. But yeah, I mean, these people they got to get a day job. I mean, it's not enough to just win a gold. Anyway, yeah.
We'll post the list.
Doesn't pay to be an Olympic athlete, apparently.
No,
Unless
that's
you're a
the other
model.
thing. Unless you're, yes, a model or you're Eileen Gu or you're Yuta or you're Lindsey Vonn, they're making millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. The majority of these athletes are not, which is kind of wild. But did you see Lindsey Vonn? She made it home back to the U.S., but transported like on a stretcher with all of her stuff, literally like from ICU to the plane back to a hospital here.
Didn't
That would
look
have made
like an
me
easy
nervous.
transfer.
No, it did not, but I guess
Also,
it probably some comfort in just being back here and, like, home, even though she's obviously not home. Maybe just medical care and doctors that, she wanted access to, but I just cannot imagine that recovery for her.
I was reading about her surgery, and they obviously said it was a very difficult surgery, and she's, has many more surgeries to come. I think she's had 3 or 4 right now, but I read the word amputation possibly, and
No.
I was like, "Oh my God, are they just trying to be dramatic right now? Or that could be the case?" And I don't know, I need to read more on it, but it was a little scary to read. I
That
didn't
is
know if you
not a
saw
good
that at
word to
all.
read. No. Oh, well, I hope that she's okay. By the way, did you know that since you're such a Daily Mail fan and that's where you get your headlines and your favorite news topics, did you know that there's a Daily Mail Sports?
I did. That's a whole section in the app, girl.
There's
It's a whole
you've got
section
the
in the
app. Okay, well, I
I
just
pay
learned
on a monthly subscription for this.
I started following Daily Mail just for you. And Then I realized that they only follow 6 people, and on those accounts was Daily Mail Sports. So then I followed them. I do not have the app. That might be my next step, but now we know.
Sports. Oh, look, they got a whole sports section.
Thank you, Daily Mail. The All-Star Game. What
Gosh.
a joke that has become. And all I can say about that is Meghan and Harry sitting courtside says enough.
Next to Queen Latifah.
I didn't even watch it, but it used to be a real thing. Now it is just a straight up joke.
Well, it was slightly offended. So it was Valentine's Day on Saturday. Adam and I, we went to go see J-Lo and Alicia's baby at the hospital. Shout out Lottie. She's adorable.
Exciting.
Then we went to Maggiano's because I had to run the marathon super early. And I was like, pasta overload.
Load up
Let's do
those
it.
carbs.
Sitting at the bar, there's whatever's playing on the TV. And we're like, hey, can we watch the Olympics? Fortunately, they put this all-star game and didn't play the Olympics that day. And it was really upsetting because it was a horrible game to watch. It was really, really painful to watch.
No, just unfortunate. But basketball is getting a little more exciting in the college world. We like to see that. Lots of upsets, ramping up towards March Madness. How is it almost March? Just
ready for
crazy.
my bracket.
Exactly. Syracuse crushed Duke the other day. Carmelo Anthony was there, and I love Carmelo. His son plays for Syracuse. The game was at Duke, and after the game, a lot of the Duke players were coming over and giving Melo a hug, and probably knows him from the son, growing up probably together, and obviously who can't respect him as a player anyway. But I thought it was cute. He was very nice and respectful to all those boys.
Good game for Duke. I think they were shooting like a 62% from the field at halftime. Melo definitely needed to be out there representing Syracuse, but good game overall.
They needed him to be playing. They needed him on the court.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's like, put me in, coach.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
exactly. And then another good game that I saw was Iowa State took down Houston. That was a very good game.
Little comeback game. We'd love to see it.
Love to see it. And all those Iowa fans, they are real fans and they show up and create a great game atmosphere. They are committed and they look like they're from Iowa.
You can spot a Midwestern from a mile away.
One fan that was like front and center in his full-on corn husk.
Just white as can be, probably hasn't seen the sun in months.
Exactly.
Years even.
Exactly. Texas beat LSU last night embarrassingly. I mean, LSU is just not good and men's basketball, and that's fine. UT's not great either. But to be that close at home is a little bit embarrassing. Well, Miami, Ohio is still somehow hanging in 26-0. Undefeated, but you're still in Ohio and you're still at University of Miami, Ohio. So
that's why I was thinking.
But there are some good games coming up this weekend. Arizona against Houston and Michigan versus Duke. Those will both be good games on Saturday. So looking forward to those.
Very much so.
I think that's it for today, everybody.
Wow. That went by quickly.
It sure did. Check out Brogan's video on our social so you can see AI in action. It is real. We will be back next week. Everybody have a good rest of the week.
Yeah, I'm going to chug another Modelo and head off to church.
Coming in hot to Lent.
I still got to figure out. It's not alcohol that I'm giving up, but it's going to be something good. I'll circle back with you.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Let us know next week. Okay, everyone. 2 girls, 1 ticket.
2 girls, 1 ticket. Ta-ta, bitches.
Adios.